Australian Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull used a radio interview on Friday to clear the air about the growing controversy surrounding a phone call he had with U.S. President Donald Trump.
What the President is doing, and I thanked him for that, he committed to honour a deal done by his predecessor that, no doubt, or he would say that he would not have done himself. But he committed to stick to the deal that President Obama has done.
That deal, made last year, involved the U.S. agreeing to resettle about 1,200 asylum seekers being held in Australia's offshore detention centres. Trump went a step further earlier this week in displaying his displeasure in a tweet, calling it a dumb deal.
The president is unbelievably disappointed in the previous administration's deal that was made and how poorly it was crafted.
Donald Trump's been able to put this back on the former administration, the Obama administration, and say, look, this is precisely why I was voted in.
Over the weekend, Turnbull called Trump amid growing concern that the new U.S. administration would not honor the resettlement deal. That call reportedly became contentious and shorter than planned.
I just said, why? I just wanted to ask a question. I could ask that question of you, why? 1,250, could be 2,000, could be more than that. And I said, why? Why are we doing this? What's the purpose? So we'll see what happens.
As far as the nature of the discussion, it was very frank and forthright. I stand up for Australia's interests. I make Australia's case as powerfully and persuasively as I can.
University of Technology Sydney senior lecturer Grant Bly says the controversy could give Turnbull a much-needed boost back home.
People will interpret it as Malcolm Turnbull sticking up for himself and sticking up for Australia, is a sort of gut patriotic reaction which could lead to a little bit more electoral support for Malcolm Turnbull, which he badly needs at the moment.
The incident raises concerns about how Australia should move forward when dealing with one of its closest allies. There was also a concern about how all of this will impact the military relationship between the two countries, which U.S. Senator John McCain said spans almost a century and includes fighting side by side in countless wars, including Iraq and Afghanistan.
This incident has emphasised the fact that we can turn around and say, well, maybe that's the past. We've got this future and it's called Asia, and we need to start thinking about our security concerns in a multilateral way rather than just relying upon the United States.
The Trump administration says the refugees will be subjected to extreme vetting before any determination is made about whether they'll be allowed in the U.S. Greg Navarro, CGTN, Sydney.